Hello everyone, welcome to Parent Ed. I'm excited that everybody's here. We're going to do a Math Strand for you tonight. I don't know how many of you were here for last year for language, but it was really interesting to see, and I don't know about you, but I really wish I would have had math in Montessori, so I'm just to see. Real quick, I'm Mr. Wright up in the beginnings classroom, Miss Peters, Mrs. Strand in primary, Miss Welsh-Bear in lower, Miss Bowden, and Miss Malcolm in upper elementary. I'm sorry, Gretchen. And Miss Rill up in middle. And how it's going to work, I'm going to start here. I'm going to show you a few things from my classroom, and then we'll progress down the line so you can see how some of the things we learned from the very beginning transition into each classroom and how the children will continue to learn with that. So hopefully you all learned something, because I know I would. In my classroom, basically what it is for the children is a lot of concept development. The learning for math is not really at the age group. It usually starts around the age of 4. So basically what we're doing is a lot of concepts, understanding more, less, the same. We sort things by size. Puzzles like the one we have here, where we can talk to them about the smallest to the largest one on the puzzle, and then they can see how they progress in size, and when we lay them out and we take all these pieces out, they have to again put them back in order. So it's really just generating that sense of order, and generating it by size is one way that we do things. We do a lot of counting songs and activities. When we do our days of the week, when we have our circle time, I have the children count on the calendar. Count with me, everybody. 1, 2, 3. When we tell them what day it is and how we say the month and day of the year, Tuesday, October 2nd, 3rd, 5th, things like that, so they understand. Those are the ordinal number values that we go over with them. Some of the other things that we have here, the block patterns for the kids, it's usually an association where we have all the colors that they need, and we use the basic colors for them to keep it simple. And then each paper has a different pattern on it. And all we're looking for the children to do is to match that pattern. And again, it's just going not so much by a value, not so much by a different size, just that pattern for them to start. One thing that I do with them, other than counting with counting songs and such, to help them understand value is the spindle box in my room. It's also done in primary, and they would be the first to tell you that. I try to do this in my class closer to the end of the year, so they have a little bit better sense going into primary about value and amount, especially the concept of, I hope I'm pointing to the right one, 0. 0 is a very hard concept for a 2 or 3-year-old to understand. When you say, I need nothing, I want 0, they really don't understand. And the way the spindle box works is when you take one of the spindles, and we're going down counting from 1 to 9. 1, and you have them match that to the number 1. They put it in the spindle box. And then when it's 2, it's 1 at a time. It's 1 and 2. And they can feel this amount. They can feel the amount getting more in their hand. So they understand that the value, as the number increases with what's in their hand. So these are just a few basic things that we do in my classroom. We obviously do a lot more with smaller activities, still with counting, but it's all basically the concept development. And with that, they take what they've learned in that basic, and they go and they move up to primary, and they start using it in what they will talk about in primary.